What's good, everybody? It's the boy Sean John here with your weekly wisdom for this week. So let's talk about dry seasons this week. After I was watching this message from my church, shout out to Pastor Andrea Levings, the missions pastor over at Greenhouse Church out of Gainesville, Florida. I was watching this message and she talked about that she was in this dry season at one point. And in that moment, it struck me of like, man, I felt like I was in a dry season. After hearing how she kind of talked about it for herself, I really thought about like, you know what? I am in a dry season. And what have I done to try and get out of this dry season? I think for many of us, we're in seasons right now where we feel like nothing's happening. And for some of us, we got to realize that's not a dry season. That's just a season where we just need to be patient right now. And for others, like we're in this season where we feel like nothing's happening. And you're right. It's not because we're not seeking out the resources that we need. So, for me, I was saying I was in a dry season. For me, my dry season was spiritual. And it made me realize that I was not seeking after community in the way that I wanted to be seeking after community. I was not seeking after God's word the way I wanted to be seeking after God's word. I was not having conversations that I wanted to be having in terms of my spiritual growth. And so once I did that, I started to realize that my emotions changed, that things felt, a little bit better for me and didn't feel as dry. I think too often we let our circumstances in life begin to dictate, the seasons that we're in. And so, I have a newborn baby who just turned 3 months. And I'm thinking like, well, I've been spending all this time trying to learn how to be a parent, learn how to take care of a newborn, with me being the parent that's currently staying at home while the other parent is going back to work in the office. Like, I'm thinking, well, I'm at home and trying to take care of them and feed them and make sure they nap and get them out of the house. And I think about all that. And I realized like, yeah, that's stuff that's going on in my life. But I realized I was turning that into an excuse for not quenching the thirst in my dry season, for not moving forward in the things that I needed to be moving forward in. Because what we have to realize is that we got to get out of our dry seasons in order to help someone else potentially get out of their dry season. And so take an inventory of where you are. Understand the season of life that you're in. And is it a dry season where you need to, go after some things and seek after more? Or is it a season where you just need to, just kind of patiently wait and be humble and just, allow things to manifest and to begin to flourish in your lifetime? The last thing I'll say is this, is when we're in our dry seasons, don't reach for the wrong thing. Just like if we were thirsty, we probably should reach for some water, maybe some Gatorade, like maybe or some type of sports drink, maybe, proteins, like maybe something like that. But I think too often we'll reach for, a pop, like we'll be like, well, at least it's not, a dark soda. At least it's not dark pop. Well, it's something clear. It's a ginger ale. It's something. No. If you're thirsty and you're dehydrated, you should reach for water. And I think that's the thing we have to realize as well, is that even when we do realize it's a dry season and we're reaching for something, we got to reach for the right thing. And so, to my weekly wisdom people out there, take this how you may, but just know we're going to experience dry seasons and we're going to come out of them if we respond appropriately and accordingly to what we've been given to use to let things manifest within our lives. One love, everybody.